If only I could stop pleasing people. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Ash. She was known far and wide for her unparalleled ability to please people. From her co-workers to her friends and even her family, Ash was always eager to go the extra mile to ensure everyone around her was happy. Ash's desire to please people had its roots in her childhood. She grew up in a household where her parents constantly emphasized the importance of making others happy. They praised her whenever she helped her siblings with their homework, volunteered at community events, or simply put others' needs before her own. As she got older, Ash internalized these values to a point where her own happiness became secondary to that of others. At work, Ash was the go-to person for any task or favor. Her colleagues appreciated her helpfulness, but over time, they started taking it for granted. Ash's boss relied on her to pick up the slack when others fell short, and her peers never hesitated to delegate their responsibilities to her. She never complained, always wearing a warm smile on her face, even when her workload became unbearable. In her personal life, Ash's friends admired her selflessness, but they didn't fully understand the toll it took on her. She rarely voiced her own needs or desires, fearing that they might inconvenience others. Her relationships became one-sided, with her friends enjoying the benefits of her generosity without reciprocating. One evening, as Ash was walking home from work, she found herself lost in thought. She gazed up at the starry sky and sighed, "If only I could stop pleasing people." Just then, she stumbled upon an old woman sitting on a park bench. The woman's frail form and kind eyes struck a chord in Ash's heart. "Is something troubling you, dear?" the old woman asked, her voice gentle as a whisper. Ash hesitated for a moment but then found herself pouring out her feelings. She told the old woman about her lifelong quest to please others, how it had left her feeling drained and unfulfilled. The old woman smiled knowingly. "I was once like you," she said, "always putting others first, until I realized that true happiness comes from within. You must learn to prioritize yourself, your dreams, and your happiness. When you do that, you'll find that you have more to give to others because you're genuinely content." Ash took those words to heart. She began to set boundaries at work and in her personal life. She started pursuing her own passions and interests, rediscovering the joy of self-discovery. Initially, some people were taken aback by her newfound assertiveness, but she persevered. Over time, Ash found a balance between pleasing others and taking care of herself. She continued to help people but did so because she wanted to, not out of obligation. Her relationships deepened as she learned to communicate her own needs and desires. She realized that she could still be kind and generous while maintaining her self-worth. The moral of the story is that while pleasing others is a noble quality, it should never come at the expense of your own happiness and well-being. Learning to prioritize oneself is not selfish, it's a necessary step toward leading a fulfilling and meaningful life. Ash's journey taught her that true happiness begins when you stop seeking approval from others and start valuing yourself. As we wrap up this story, we want to say thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed it and want more, hit that subscribe button. We're excited to bring you more fantastic stories soon.